Hello YouTube, it's your girl Renata Monique and I'm back with another YouTube video. So if you want to hear about my career as a travel respiratory therapist, then stay tuned. I promise you won't be disappointed. Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Renata Monique and I'm here to explain to you a little bit about what it's like being a travel respiratory therapist during this pandemic. So I want you guys to know this is my second crisis assignment as a respiratory therapist. I went to New York at the beginning of the pandemic for 8 weeks, and what an eye-opener it was. It was very scary. It was emotional. It was a little bit different than accepting this current assignment because we know a lot more about the disease. We know much more about how it spreads, what it does, and we're just a little bit more comfortable in healthcare in managing those patients who are COVID positive. So I am on a crisis assignment here in the Los Angeles area. I got here about 3 weeks ago and your girl is finishing up her last week, except the contract that I'm on offered me an extension. So let's start by talking about a little bit about, I have notes here if I look down. Let's start talking a little bit about what a respiratory therapist does. A respiratory therapist is a critical part of the healthcare team. There is not a person in the US and in many countries that is having respiratory issues that does not come in contact with a respiratory therapist. The respiratory therapist is the person who deals with the lungs, the heart, the airway, and breathing. We are a critical part of every trauma, every emergency intubations, from NICU to PICU to adults. I myself am certified as a neonatal respiratory therapist for micro minis as well as term babies. I'm also a PICU, which is a pediatric intensive care unit respiratory therapist. I'm certified as an adult respiratory therapist. My current assignment right now is working with adults. So what we do is we're the people that vital to survival. We help you breathe. We are there to manage the ventilators, which I'm sure because of the pandemic, a lot of people are aware of. The ventilator is there to assist those who are in critical condition or who are tired and cannot breathe on their own, or who needs ventilation to sustain life. That is where we come in. We are at the head of the bed, right there beside the doctor who is intubating. Some states respiratory intubates. Put the breathing tube in. We set the ventilator up by your weight, your height, different criterias, what it is that you need to open up your lungs to be able to breathe. We manage those ventilators. So during COVID, as many of you know, ventilators was in short supply, and so was respiratory therapists, because you have to have a respiratory therapist to monitor the ventilator. And a lot of times we hear about doctors and nurses, and respiratory is right there during the crisis and is a vital part of the healthcare team. We are also working alongside our nurses all the time. Nurses and respiratory go hand in hand. Whenever there's a problem with the breathing tube, or a patient needs treatment, or a patient needs some kind of assistance or some kind of therapy to get them to open up their lungs to get ready to breathe better, our nurses will call us, the doctor will call us, as well as we can assess our own patients and let the other healthcare team members know what we suggest and what we think that they may need. That is, in a nutshell, what a respiratory therapist does. Some of us have 2-year degrees, some of us have 4-year degrees. I have a 2-year degree and I'm working on my bachelor's in respiratory, currently as we're speaking online. But yeah, we are all over the place. We work in pulmonary labs for those who have issues and need to know how much volume they can hold in their lungs in case you were a smoker or things of that nature. Most of the times we work in trauma units, ICUs. We are found everywhere in the healthcare system and are a vital part of the team. So that is what I do. Next is, how did I get here? So, you guys, I don't know if you know, but where the money reside, where the money reside. Y'all, right now, healthcare workers are winning. Finally, we are getting recognized for the work that we do, the hard work, the long hours, the sacrifice that we make for our families and for our loved ones. You know, we have always been a part of the team. We have always sacrificed, all healthcare workers, you know, just in general. You know, we all work hard, from nurses, doctors, CNAs, radiologists. I mean, it's just a very taxing and emotional career. You know, we deal with a lot. But during this pandemic, some of us have decided that it's our time. You know, traveling is not for everyone. And I'm going to do a video on what it takes to be a travel therapist, in my opinion. But how I got here was I applied. When you see those crisis assignments come across, and if you have the experience, the skills, and you're ready to go at a drop of a dime, sis, that's how you do it. The minute you see it, you have to be ready to go. I think I filled out the application like on a Wednesday. That same evening, I had to go do a drug test. I had to get my records, my TB shots. All of those things had to be ready. I was on my way to LA on a Friday, including getting my family ready. My son is online. He's a 10th grader. My husband ready to know that wifey was going to be gone making these coins. So when she comes back, we can have more time together, because that's another benefit. I'll get to that though in another video. So that's how I got here. That was on a Wednesday. On a Friday, I arrived in LA because all of my stuff was submitted on time. Guess what, y'all? I didn't even know this, but that's what being prompt and being serious about what you do. They gave a bonus. They gave a bonus because your stuff was submitted on time and you got here like you said you was. I did not know that. And immediately they hit my bank account. So this particular agency that I'm on right now, I really, really like them. I mean, every agency has their ups and downs, but when you're on these crisis assignments, it's a little different from your regular travel assignments. And I'll talk about that a little bit in depth on another video, because I don't want this to be too long. So, but yeah, when it's crisis, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. That means that you have to be flexible. Everything is not going to be perfect or etched in stone. You just got to kind of go with the flow and know at the end of the day, you're going to be good. And if this one doesn't work out or something happens, there are plenty others. So just stay positive. You know, your energy attracts what it is that you want. I'm just a firm believer in that. So, so I got here. I got to the hotel on that Friday. I had to go through onboarding. I got my assignment that day. I was in orientation that Sunday. So mind you, Wednesday I'm in Houston chilling. I decide I want to do this assignment. Friday I'm in LA. Sunday I am in orientation at the hospital. Y'all, that's how fast it moves. So once you got out of orientation, they give you maybe 2 days. That's another thing. While it's important to have some experience, because crisis, again, is different from working staff or regular travel assignments. They expect for you to come in to hit the ground ready to go. They're not holding your hand. They're not teaching you everything. Basically, they're just showing you where stuff is and just a little bit about how they do things at each facility. So maybe a day or two of orientation, and bam, I've been on a roll running ever since. And this is a level 2 trauma. So we getting gunshot wounds, stab victims, along with all of these COVID cases, you guys. I can't even say enough about how sad it is. It's like you live in a different world. You go to the hospital and you don your equipment and you live in a world of hustle and bustle and sadness and saving lives. And then you come out here to the general public and everybody running around like mad because they mask on and this restaurant ain't open, this, that, and the other. But y'all got life in y'all and y'all can live where I just took somebody off, or somebody's loved one is waving at them through a window or holding their hand, or what have you. You know, people are dying in droves. I've never seen so much death. But anyway, so yeah, that's how I got here. So agency and the perks are, most of the travel agencies you get paid weekly, some daily. which is nice. It's like motivating. You get out your 12-hour shifts, and ching ching, as soon as you submit your time, the money is residing in the account every time you work at the end of the shift, which is cool. Or you can have it wait till the end of the week and you get your money every single week at the end of the week on a Friday. Ching ching, the money's still residing in your account. It just depends on what you want. So there you have it in a nutshell, y'all. Again, I am in a crisis assignment. I'm in the Los Angeles area. As you can see, I have a cute little, I'm going to do a tour, but right now it's kind of out there. I'm going to do a tour of my little place, but I do have a kitchen. You see my fridge, my cleaning products. This is my little table and stand little area. I'm sitting at the desk. There's a sofa over here and a bed over there and a bathroom behind this wall right there. So, yeah, you guys, that is what's going on with me. And y'all, my sister locks are the business. Yeah, but so yeah, you guys, if you want to see more content about what it's like being a travel respiratory therapist doing so you guys, I will be doing more videos on what it's like being a respiratory therapist during this pandemic, a travel respiratory therapist in the adult world, as well as in the NICU and PICU. I will bring you along this journey. Please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Normally my channel has been about sister locks, these babies right here. But you know what? I'm just going to branch off in 2021 where we are all growing and going to take you guys along with me a little bit more on my career path and what it's like being on the road and all the crazy things that happen, the places that I go, along with the experiences that I have. So I hope you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please leave your comments below. Let me know what to think. If you're a healthcare worker and you're traveling and you're going for these coins, leave me a comment. Maybe we're in the same spot. I would love to hear from you as well. One love, and I'll see you guys soon.